Previously on Challenge Garage, I installed a 347 stroker motor that I bought off of Facebook Marketplace. I show you guys my crazy hair while I set the timing.
12 degrees of timing right now.
I totally get hit on.
Hey, looking good!
Thank you!
I forget how to drive a stick.
Whoa.
And go on one of the worst test drives ever.
I do not feel like I have all the power in this thing that I'm supposed to.
So you know, when I was going for a test drive, I was just disappointed. I felt like the car had no power. Well, some power, but just not all the power. I didn't realize that Holley carburetors have a valet mode. So apparently, I screwed up. Let me show you what I did. So here is the linkage, and this is what I'm calling valet mode. So you can see here, my throttle linkage is in this hole right there. And when I would hit the gas, the throttle blades were only opening like probably about that much, because that's how far this rod allows this linkage to go back when you hit the gas pedal. So if you take this out and put it in hot rod mode, it gives you all the beans. And now I have all the beans. So I'm just letting you know, if you've got a Holley carb and you've got the same hull setup and you've got the same old linkage and you want a little more juice, make sure you take it out of valet mode and put it in I'm gonna light these tires up mode. So there you go. Fix the problem that I really was super worried and concerned about with just an easy, like just looking over and double checking your work. All right, guys, so I'm under the car right now and my clutch has been making a clicking noise. I kind of mentioned that in the video while I was doing my first test drive. I think my issue is the throwout bearing, and I might have damaged it when I was installing my transmission. Very good possibility that it's just like got a nick or a ding in it or something. And I have a new one. But before I install the new throwout bearing, I'm going to just try something. I'm going to disconnect my cable clutch and I'm going to apply some grease on the shaft on the middle of the transmission, only because like I know that when I pulled this out, I was like grabbing it by the middle and ended up you know, like removing all the grease that I had originally had on there. And so I've got some grease and a brush, and I'm going to try to just apply some light grease there, move the throwout bearing, you know, with the arm. I can move it back and forth once I disconnect the clutch, and hopefully get that grease to go into that spot wherever it is it's catching, so that I don't have to replace the entire throwout bearing. I mean, I spun the throwout bearing there. It spins no problem. All right, that is done. Hopefully done and working. Let's see if that made any difference at all whatsoever. We'll see if that made a difference when we go for a test drive. So here's the next order of business. We adjusted the carb, got it out of valet mode. We adjusted the throwout bearing for the clutch. And then right now I'm getting a little bit of a clunking noise when I go kind of hard in first gear a little bit. Not hard, but just like since I was dealing with the clutch sticking, I could hear a clunk, clunk in the back of the car. So I'm gonna go over and just double check all the bolts, nuts and bolts and everything underneath just for the rear end, just to make sure that everything is tight. Oh yeah, that was it. Yeah, I could see a gap before in between the leaf spring and the perch, and that gap is now tightened up. Oh yeah, that was very loose. Oh wow. Okay, I am happy with that. The clicking has not stopped on the transmission. I ordered a few parts. I've got a brand new throwout bearing. And then I also ordered a new clutch fork. And this one is thicker than the original Ford one. The original Ford one is 3 millimeters. This is 4 millimeters and can handle a bit more pressure. Let's hope my clicking goes away. I have this secondary floor jack that I use all the time with my big one, but what I'm going to do today is I'm actually going to pull the cup off. And I took a 2x4 and got a piece of it, and I'm going to drill the hole through it. And this has a hole in it, and I'm just going to pop this guy in here, put a nut on it, and now it gives me this entire kind of wide platform to raise and lower the transmission, and hopefully not make a big huge mess again like I did last time when I dropped all the fluid. So that's what I'm going to do now. Just get this all tight, make myself a tool. There it goes. That's it. So now, as this goes up, this now has a lot more stability to it. Make your own tools. That's what I say. All right, guys. I just got the clutch fork and throwout bearing off, and I don't know if this is bad. It doesn't make any weird noise or nothing, but in comparison to the new one, I mean, you could see this is way beefier than the factory one. You could see that's way beefier, way stronger, way thicker, and hopefully that takes care of my clicking issue. I really don't know what else it could be. I really don't see any like strange witness marks where it was scraping on something. I don't see anything weird like this. I mean, this is the only thing I see that's a little bit strange, is that it's slightly off center. Whereas that's like perfect and spins perfect. Maybe that's what it is. Just doesn't make any noise. But all of this is going in the trash. All of this is going in the car. Guys, so just replaced the clutch fork and got everything adjusted, and it feels so much better. Like, there's no more clicking sound. The clutch is quiet. Let's take this thing out for a ride and see how it does. Feels better. Yeah, I don't have any clicking, which that's huge right now. It's not clicking, it's not grabbing. It was grabbing the clutch and I couldn't like soft switch gears. This is good. This is not bad at all. Stage 3, I take it all back. This is not a bad clutch. I had a bad throwout bearing and a bad clutch fork for sure. I think it wasn't strong enough for this. Yes, and I do have all the power back, baby. I got all the power back. See, I can like go into first, softly switch gears. Oh, it's so nice. I haven't even taken it out on the highway yet. Let's
Let's see how this feels. Oh, my wife's gonna be happy. She hated going for a ride in this thing because of how, like, just, it's crazy. Every first and second gear was just so unbearable to be in the car. Yeah, I have all the power back. It's a totally different animal. Oh, the clutch feels so good. Yes! I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, it feels nice. Like everything feels tight. Oh, this is good. Man, you know that feeling like you spend so much time working on something and it's like, I said it in the video before, it's like one step forward, two steps back. It's discouraging. And then when you knock it out of the park and you just make progress, oh, I just like, yes, victory day today. Oh, downshifting feels so nice. Oh, it's great. Oh, while I was down there, I fixed another oil leak and I found that my exhaust was a little loose on the headers. Don't want to do that, but I had to a little. That went to 2,700 RPM and the car went a little sideways. That was it. Oh, I love it. The shifter, everything feels so much tighter and better. And all of that ticking that I heard in video 3, when I got this thing running, was actually all exhaust noise. It was the collectors just weren't 100% all the way tight. And now that I have a throttle again, like it's such a joy to drive. Yes. The clutch pedal is incredible. It is, when I tell you it's so different because of that clutch fork, I'm assuming that clutch fork, because it was thinner, had a little bit of flex, because it just would like creak and make noise. Obviously there was the clicking, but the pedal feels way tighter. Oh guys, it's riding so nice. It'll be a joy to put 500 miles on this thing. I have the power back, my clutch is good now. Love it. Love it. Oh, it just like puts such a smile on my face. Especially today. You know, Memorial Day, which is today. I know a lot of people celebrate their veterans, and if you're a veteran, I just want to say thank you for your service. Today is also the day my dad passed away 2 years ago, and he never got to see this car painted. He never got to see this car with the manual transmission or the rear end. I mean, he saw me buy all those parts a couple of years ago and they just sat in the garage. And after my dad passed away, that's when I really started to get to work on this car. He'd be really proud right now. He'd be super proud of me that I got it running and fixed the clutch and did all of that. He always thought I was crazy for just, you know, buying these old cars and working on them. Yeah, I think now he'd be pretty proud of me. I have such a sense of accomplishment today, especially today. It just feels good to drive this car. It means a lot to me, and I know it meant a lot to my dad, and to get it to this incredible place really is a blessing. And if you're watching this, you mean a lot to me. This is a dream come true to be able to do this, and I'm not making money from it. Just do it because I love it, and I want to share this with you and my kids. I want them to have something to look back and say, look at what Dad did. I'm sure a lot of you understand what I mean. Well, I just want to say thanks for watching. You guys are the best.